This is Danny Flexon here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by former British Commonwealth WBA super middleweight champion, Rocky Fielding. Rocky, how you doing, mate?
I'm good, mate. You good?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah.
Where are you at the moment? You out in Dubai?
Yeah, I'm in Dubai, mate, yeah. I'm out here, yeah.
What, little holiday, or are you training out there?
No, I moved out here. Live out here now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, started the year, came out here, and yeah, that's it.
How are you finding it out there so far? Is it something you've been thinking about for a while?
Yeah. Come out here quite a lot through the holidays. I like the place. To be honest, I had last time I came here, I was on holiday, and I just obviously love to move out here and whatever, and so I'd love to fight out here, and I think I had a little vision of fighting. I moved out, and then when I moved out, obviously I met up with my management team, and I ended up getting a free fight deal here, and I fought here last month. So, so it was a bit of a box tick and that, but I stayed right through the summer. My family went back to visit family, and I stayed here though, training, and because the weather was really hot, and I had to just get that hot feel, that hot weather, running and getting out there, and torturing myself. It was 50 degrees in the summer, but because I had a year with the COVID, to just get out here and run. Only like 25, 30 minutes, but it killed me. It was killing me with the heat, but I was thinking, you've been laying around for over a year with this COVID, so
Yeah.
you get out here torturing yourself. So, but apart from that, though, everything's good out here, mate, so far.
Who are you training with over there?
Close this before these kids come out.
All right. Yeah, who are you training with over there?
So I'd say obviously I'm getting me a few rounds of sparring with the guys at round 10. He's a guy from a lad from Essex here, Joe. I used to come out here, I was on holiday, and Joe used to come where I was and give me pads, so I'd go to him and get some pads off him, and he's opened the gym out here now, Box IQ, so everything's in there, the ring, the bags, the treadmill, so I go in there, do my work there. The guys in round 10, need a bit of sparring. Like last camp, I went to do a bit of sparring. Then I flew back home down to Jamie. Obviously went back to Jamie. Went back to where it started. I went back to my mum's, because I've obviously my house back at home. I rent out and that, and so I went back to my mum's, back in my old bedroom. And drove to Jamie's, gym, and trained with Jamie. Come back, recovered, done my second session. So I just got back to. I had that time out with the COVID and the break, and then I just went back to, back to my roots really. So I've been training now, obviously since the last fight in November, a few days between Christmas and New Year, and then last start 1st of January, I was back in the gym. I'm just waiting on some dates now for. Then I'll get back then to Jamie then.
So once you've got a fight date lined up, you'll do your proper camps back home. Will you have to stay at your mum's again?
Probably, yeah. I say my house is out for rent, so I'll be going back on my own. My kids are in school here, so they'll be here, so obviously living normal, and I'll just get back and do 4 weeks back at home, 5 weeks, whatever the fight day schedule is, and get back there, and get back. After rough it out now, last year's a boxing rough it out. Get back to the old room and get back to where it started, as I said before, and it's a bit of a mix, getting the nice weather here, and getting your conditioning in here, and your runs on the beach work and runs, and different environments, and then obviously head back, get the sparring, get the working with Jamie, and then go through tactics of whatever opponent we have and stuff like that. But I say last camp I did that, but I only done like 2.5 weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks back at home with Jamie. Obviously the fight I knew wasn't a big opponent. So I got a few weeks. I trained. As soon as I got here, I trained. I had a bit of weight on, and got back in the routine. So it's just and then I wasn't quite sure what the date was for the fight. So I'll just go home now with Jamie, and then my little boy got sick while I was here, and I felt like I was useless. So obviously it was a bit of a chest infection stuff, but you had to go to the hospital with it. So that put me in a little bit, things like that. And like, you've only ever been away for 2 days when you go to the nan's house and sleep there. And I'm only around the corner, like back at home, but I was that far away, and then it played on my mind a bit, so I flew back a bit early. But what was good is I when I got back here, I went straight to round 10 gym, and Badu Jack was there.
All right.
So I met Badu Jack. What's happening? And he's like, I said, I'm on the same show. He's saying you want to spar? It's like, of course. Like, this is what I need. This is what I need while I'm out here. So me and him done over 20 rounds. Like every day we were sparring each other, and good spars really. To be honest, good sparring. So after that layoff I needed to go back to Jamie, get some sparring, let him see my spar, where I'm at, to be out. But I got back to the corner after the spar with Jamie and said, I don't even think I'd be anywhere here. And he's saying, you're ahead than where I thought you was and where you should be at the minute. And then I got back here, got the sparring with Badu, confidence was growing, the spars were good, we had good sparring together, he spars every day. I'd done every day with him for a week. I had a few days of getting me conditioning work in, going back again with him. So, bit of a blessing that I came back early and got that kind of sparring, which was good. So, that's the thing that lacks over here is sparring. You don't get much good sparring, but early on in camp, you can get a few rounds in, a bit of work, and then obviously have to get back to UK and get some, some spars in. So, but I'll be back to UK with Jamie when I obviously saw a few things and then get back there.
How are you and the family finding the lifestyle out there compared to the UK?
I'm gonna ask this. Like, I just live like I did back home. I'm up, school runs. I love taking the kids to school. Then I go to the gym then, and then as I say before, when you text me before, I've been in the gym since 8 o'clock this morning. Done me session 2 hours. There's a coffee downstairs. I have a rest. Shower, a little recover, and then I go back to my next session. And then when I finish my next session, I'll get the school run back at home. Head home, get the school run in, come home, relax. Depending where I am in camp, go back out again in the evening time, or I have a rest, or So I'm just just back. Me and my girl, my kids, just back like it was at home. It's just while I'm fighting now, and I'm still dedicated to it. I'm still putting 100% in, and as I said, I just up. I had to do my morning run, get back, and then go do my second session, and and take the kids to school, pick them up. Weekends I still train every Saturday, and then the Sunday, recover, maybe do a little few fun things, little walk the parks, those just little things generally I could do back at home. That's it. And obviously, it's different with the weather and the environment. That's all. Just normal living and training. That's it, really.
And you came back after 2 years out in November. Was that mainly due to COVID that you didn't fight for so long?
Yeah. Everything I went missing. I was quiet, and what Rocky did was clear. I had bad ambitions. I took myself to Spain, to Marbella gym in March. I trained all January, February. Went to Marbella gym in March time. I was up and down that mountain, Mount Teedy. I run up and down there every day on my own. Put myself in a little hotel, and done a week. Got back on like the 18th of March, and then 22nd of March the COVID happened. So no one knew what they were doing, and I was just back. I was still training, and then as time went on, it got locked down. So I ended up getting treadmills in the garden, punch bags, started training in the garden. going out for me runs, bikes. You know, I was getting more restricted, and then if the sport stopped, I gave management a little message, seeing what was going on, you know, and Eddie even, and he just said there's nothing going on. And, you know, October, November, there'll probably be something happening. So then, okay, so I just, kids, you know, nursery got cancelled, nursery, and, you know, obviously my kids come first, my family, so I had to look after them, and I just eased back a little bit. Because I've been non-stop with boxing. I've obviously trying to chase the fight, trying to get fights, and I've been in the gym. I'm missing like my children and stuff. So it gave me time to just sit back and, you know, help my kids with schoolwork or whatever they need to do, and, you know, take them out on bike rides. And, you know, it did kill me a bit, because I can't. I'm usually out at 6 o'clock in the morning doing, you know, outdoor doing my runs or my sessions or whatever. I'm out and it killed me. So I was getting the kids up. I was in the woods going for walks at 7 o'clock in the morning with the kids in the pajamas and eating the breakfast on the way, because I couldn't stay in. It killed me. So, and I was sitting there and I was walking through the woods, and I was just like, what am I doing here? You know, this is because I need to be out the house and keep active. And I'm taking my kids out 7 o'clock in the morning in the pajamas and eating breakfast on the way. And it killed me a little bit. So then I obviously had to just, you know, reevaluate of where, you know, my kids are first. As I said, then I had a little bit of a banter with Chavez Jr. while I was in lockdown, bought a bit of Texas, I'll fight you, and, you know, just a bit of thing like that. And then that was it really. And then, you know, where the fights, you know, the shows came back, the Garden, Eddie's Garden came back. But I knew I wasn't getting a phone call straight away for Eddie's Garden. I know that he's got the prospect kids, he's got the up-and-coming kids, they need to be out. You know, where I'm at in my career, he's not going to put me on the Garden shows. So I just carried on just ticking over and just, you know, getting myself prepared for what did come. And then, as I say, I moved out here, met up with my management team, and they said, look, got you a free fight deal, this fight, that fight, and then the big fight. And I, you know, we see where we are in the big fight. I said, okay, November, March, April, or August, September. And so the first time in my career I've got a 3-fight plan, and I know the dates, you know, they're right about the dates, and then there's me focus back onto it now. So yeah, it was just down to COVID, you know, where what happened, everyone was in the same boat. So just that the ones got the phone calls and got on the show, on the bills, where I never got the phone call to go on the bill. So I got left out, but, you know, I'm back on my career now. I'm back on it.
And tell us the whole thing on social media between yourself and Caleb Plant. How did that start?
Can you see me now, or should I put the lamp on?
It'd be better if the light was on. No, I can see you.
1
just
minute.
about. Yeah. All right. Cheers.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, much.
There's all my boxing gear there, getting ready to ride out tomorrow. And my phone's on my run training now, yeah.
All right, okay.
No, yeah, so yeah, what happened? It just, I think it was like back in May 2018, the IBF called me and Kieran Plant to fight for an eliminator. But I just been told that I was fighting Zuyga, but I couldn't obviously say nothing until it came out. So that happened, and he fired in, DM me on Instagram, just give me, you know, a bit of stick. We fighting, we do this, that. I think he said we'll fight on the Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence on the card, LA, Staples Center. Me and you, I was just like, yeah, I'll just go along with it. That was all. And then obviously, he saved the messages. He's seen the messages, and he's going, give me a number, whatever you want paying. Give me a number. So I just lying in bed. I said, give me £1 million. And he's like, oh, you think you're worth £1 million? No chance. I said, you said give me a number. I'm not going to say £50, am I? So, so that was it, really. I'm surprised he still had the message saved. So obviously, and then I went along, and then it was time difference. I'm in bed, and he's just going on with all these messages. He's burning me head out. I knew I was fighting Zuiger, so there's nothing I could have, said to him or done. And then that was it. That was it, basically, really. And then, the IBF called it. It never happened. I fought Zuiger. He went on to fight for the IBF anyway, and that was it, really. And then just on Twitter, someone mentioned about fighting Plant and Bellinger or someone, and I just tagged him in and just said, "Do you fancy it?" Just obviously a bit of boredom while you're sitting there. Everyone else does on Twitter, so I did it, and then he's ripped back, a bit of bullshit, and I've gone back, and that was it, really. Do you know what I mean? Just it was just one of them. That was it. That's all what happened, really. The IBF called it. I went forward to and that was it. But it was just a bit of thing. If something ever came of it, the phone call went and like that to fight, and I wouldn't say no to it.
I was going to say, at this stage of both your careers, you jump at that, surely.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know. I'm watching the build-up with obviously after all the meshing with me. I know what he's like. He's arrogant. He's a bit of a burnout, and obviously the build-up to the final fight, he had a lot of words to say. And I just think now he thinks he's like the number one. He's the top dog in the boxing world now, and then so. Yeah, he's high rank with the WBA. I'm in the top 10 now with the WBA. So, I say, where's he going? What fight is he going to look for? Obviously, he wants to keep on top with the top names, which is good on him, and same myself. So yeah. So I say, if Canelo vacated the titles and we the winner fights for the title or something like that or whatever, I say we're both. In a stage in our career where we just want to get on the big fights and get on the big fights and get back to winning titles, and so yeah, it made a little bit of sense. Never got the phone call, as I said. I wouldn't say no to it.
Before I let you go, there's quite a big super middleweight fight happening next month in London between John Ryder and Danny Jacobs. You know John well, of course. You beat him for the British title in the past. What do you make of that fight? How do you see that one panning out?
Yeah, no, that's a good fight. Good fight for John, for Ryder, because I say he's been around, for a while now, and he's put in a couple of good performances in his last couple of fights. He had obviously the fight with Callum, and I didn't really see it, but a lot of favoured Ryder winning and stuff. So he deserves to get them big names. Jacob's a big name. He's former world champion middleweight. He's obviously A4 Canelo, and that's sorry, it's a fight like you said, where's Jacobs? Where's he going at the minute? He needs a good win back to get himself back in the mix, and Ryder wants that big fight to get himself back in the mix. So it's a good fight between them. And I think it'll be a very good fight. I think Ryder can do a good job on him, and a good performance. Go off Ryder's few last performances, he's looked well, and I think Jacobs had a little bit of a hiccup with Rosado. I don't know if it got too involved in the build up, the back and forth, and lost a little bit on the fight. And but if you look at the last performances, you probably you weigh it up, and he had a bit of a bad performance, Jacobs. But it'd be good into this fight. Yeah, so good, good luck, and say if I get myself a win in my next fight and it look well, maybe I can get on the winner or something. So because me and Ryder fought a while back, and it wasn't my best performance. I had a bad camp, and he said that he offered me a fight a while back, and I said I turned it down, which is obviously not true, because otherwise we would have took it. So no one's ever contacted about having a fight, a rematch. And I think I seen him in an interview saying that he offered me it, but he never. Saying with that other kid, Richard's kid, who's said that he called me and I went being quiet about that European title, and you know what I mean. And then I seen something on Twitter today that he's saying I'm a joke and I'm irrelevant, and but he's made a poster of me. He's made a poster of himself, sorry. So if I'm not much of a joke or irrelevant, why is there a poster of you with my name written on it? Do you know what I mean? So he's just, I don't know. I think he's probably been telling to call you out, or he's always trying to make a bit of a name. He's had a couple of points wins in his last fights. I've seen 3 knockouts on his record, and he mentioned my name after the interview. I went on Twitter because I got mentioned. I said, yeah, I'll fight for the European title. It's the only title I haven't won. And he said in the interview that I've gone quiet, but no one's offered me. No one's contacted my management. My management contacted me and said, Rocky, you fight Laro for this, for that, for whatever, on this bait, this bait. No one's done it. So he's just leave into it, that kid, you know what I mean? See what happens in the future. But I've got my plan, as I say. I've got a plan with my team and within the sort of polls that will get fights that will get me, back in the mix with big fights. And so I got the first fight out the way in November, which is this a short replacement of opponents, and maybe we see the next fight if it's a bit of a step up in opponents, and things go well for me, and then a third fight can be a big one, I'm being told. So I was fully focused now on that myself. These people are calling me out, like the Parker kid calling me and saying don't want it. No one's ever offered me a fight to fight them. But they're on Twitter saying I've been offered this, I'm a joke, I'm this and that, but no one's contacting me. Do you know what I mean? So I've been boxing for years, and I've took fights when I shouldn't have. Some fights have gone, yeah, I'll fight. So, but they got their own careers, and they're cracking on, do what they're doing, and I've got mine. I know where I'm at in my stage of my career and where I want to get to. And to say I'm on a path now and a plan with my management. And when they put things to me, I weigh it up with Jamie, and then we go from there. So, and I think next one's. Girls, I think the next one's March or April. Maybe March here or April back in UK. So I'm in the middle of just training now and waiting on more news on who and what really.
And just before I let you go, it sounds like your Twitter feed is where it's all going off at the moment. So just tell people out there how they can find you on different social media platforms.
Yeah. I know I'm not really the one for all the Twitter stuff. I just have it on those, and I don't really like go on it much. Like I say, this bit of banter with plants was a lot of people coming in and giving me a bit of stick and giving me loads. But no, I don't mind it. But then it was someone was like, I love if you fight plants, I love you pay for your casket and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm sitting on the couch with my 2 kids, you know what I mean, ready for bed. And I was like, oh, this is like, but yeah, the Twitter's Rocky87 Fielding, and Instagram is Rocky_Fielding. Yeah, that's all I have. That's all I have really.
It sounds like that's enough at the moment.
Yeah, I'm more on Instagram. Put my training bits out there. I don't have time to put too much, stay on Twitter. It's just full of bad energy, bad negative stuff, with the news and what's going on, and everyone bitching and arguing and giving you stick and want you dead, and now you're like, what the hell? It's only been a banter on Twitter saying I'll fight plants, and now next minute you all want me killed.
Well, let's hope this doesn't encourage too much of that. Hopefully, this is fans.
That's it, man. Yeah, that's it. Just everyone just stay positive. The world's bad enough without all this bad energy and negative. Everyone just stick together and get through all this crap that's going on. And say thanks to the ones that support,
including your family.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you go and get her to bed. She might not like it, but
won't come near me most of the day. But now that I'm settling down, feeling a bit interviewed, she's out.
Hello.
Get into bed. Say hello. Don't be shy.
Yeah.
No,
Right,
thanks
well,
for contacting. Yeah, because I have this other number as well. You contacted in you. I think I went back on messages about before the last fight. And
oh, right.
yeah, no, sorry, I didn't get reply back on. Sorry about that.
No, it's all right. Don't be silly. We got there, didn't we?
Yeah,
All right,
no,
when you've got like a date lined up, we'll do it again.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, any time there's any this time this week, I'm thinking there should be some news on going forward.